Yeah, my cucumbers are coming on pretty good. It is extremely hot today. It's going to get up to about 98, and a heat index of like 104, 105, something like that. So, um, humidity is pretty high too, so it's just, whoa, it's absolutely miserable. But anyway, cucumbers are coming on pretty good. There's quite a few little cucumbers on there, and they're not ready to be picked yet. I got to do some serious weeding. This heat has just shot the grass up like crazy in my buckets. The ones on the outside don't have ground covers on them, and ones on the inside do. Kind of hard to have ground covers when you got onions and all that kind of stuff in there. But my my okra is coming on pretty heavy. Matter of fact, there's one right there that's actually ready to pick. I'll pick that tomorrow. I got my first 2 eggplants the other day. I got to get in here and pull out some potatoes today. And then my broccoli, this heat is just making the broccoli and stuff bolt. This is the last bit of broccoli I got. Pulled the rest of it out because it was just bolting. Banana peppers are doing really good. That will be over to the black-seeded Simpson once it gets over about 85 degrees, and it gets bitter. There's another eggplant about ready to take out. Those are real small ones. These are the big ones, the really big eggplants. And then these tomatoes are doing pretty good. And these are bell pepper plants. Bell pepper plants and more eggplant. More bell peppers. And they're just loaded with bell peppers. They're not ready, but they're bunches of them on there. And tomatoes. And cabbage and marigolds. Tomatoes, cabbage, and marigolds. Tomatoes are doing pretty good. Some of them I wind up getting blight in, like this one right there. So I'm going to take those out and put some new ones in. And some of these other ones are struggling with the blight and stuff. I've been trying to treat them and stuff, but I don't think it's going to work. The blight was just really bad this year. I never had blight before. And it just flat killed them just went right up the stem and just started taking them out. And so I've got some extra ones that I'm going to plant in there. But some of them are doing really good. Some of them are doing pretty bad. But here's some more broccoli. That's one of the last ones I hadn't pulled out yet. Now my Brussels sprouts are coming along pretty good. My kale, I picked all that yesterday. I cut out all my romaine lettuce because it was bolting and it was just so bitter you couldn't even eat it. But my tomatoes are doing, most of them are doing pretty well. Some of them are doing pretty horrible. And then some of them are pretty sickly with the blight. But hopefully it'll work its way out. I have to keep treating them. And then hopefully that blight will go away. You can see the Brussels sprouts down there. They're just all over the place. And then course, my fig tree loaded with figs. Boy, and that thing there, you've got to really water it in this heat, because it will, it being in that bucket, it pretty much takes up all the water that you put in that bucket every day. So you don't want to let it run out of water, because the second that thing gets dry, the roots get dry, those figs will fall right off. This is my daylilies. They're all fixing to start blooming before long. And then some Asiatic lilies. And then these are Stella d'Ors. This bloomed last week. You can see all the buds on there. The seed pods, I mean. Normally I would pinch those off, but I want to get some seeds off of it this year, so I'll let them go to seed. And then probably wind up pinching these off when they're done. Then there's some squash that I'll be planting soon. And this is my hollyhocks. That thing just gets crazily high. I have to tie it up onto the porch, but it will go all the way up there, and it'll be almost 12 foot tall when it's done. And then my canna lilies are coming out. This is what they look like, that orange dwarf canna lilies. They won't get much higher than this, but they will get a little bit higher than this. And then out here is my walnut tree, and it's got some daylilies all the way around it that I just planted. They're all one different variety, different than what's over at the porch. Those should actually start blooming here too. Then I planted my irises all the way down there. So this whole thing, and it doesn't look very good right now because they were just planted, and got to give them time for the roots to get in and all that stuff. But just keep it watered and it'll do good. Then I planted this area over here. I've got marigolds all the way along the front of it, and then that's the old daylilies I had back there. And I've got some hostas in here, and then more marigolds, of course, all the way around. And then there is another daylily. I got these on sale, and that one didn't have a tag on it, so I don't really know what it is yet. But these marigolds are all the way around this tree. And then I've got a different kind of hosta up here in the shade. These are a little bit more shade-loving hostas. And of course I got more marigolds. Got to do some weeding in there, so got a little bit of grass coming up. And then we got this out here done since the last time I was on. Oh, I got these over here. This is like 6 different varieties of daylilies. Got planted around there. I got one of them coming out right there. And they should do pretty good there because it's fairly shaded and gets a little bit of sun in the afternoon. But I planted 60 something daylily plants all down through there. And then, of course, my hostas are doing really good. And my blueberry bush, which I don't think it's ever going to have blueberries on it. And there's my irises are done blooming. There's a seed pod I need to take off in a couple of weeks when it starts to dry out. And these are more hostas. And then my Rose of Texas that the deer seem to love to nibble on. They bit it off and ate it. And there's them funky hostas. I didn't know they were like that, or probably wouldn't have ordered them. They may look pretty when they get filled out, I guess, but they sure don't like the heat, and they don't do very well. So, and my Stella Rosa Sharon looks really nice. There is my wild daylights I have in the front, right there. But got the house painted, and the porch is stained, so it looks really good. I like it. It's a lot better than that pink color that it was, but it's really nice paint job. But anyway, that's what I have for this go around. Please like and share and subscribe, and you have a good day.